Hello and welcome everyone. Hopefully you can all hear me and hopefully you can hear the music. I am excited for this stream. Hopefully we can get a lot done. As you can tell, the table is pretty messy. And funny story, right after I decided to have this stream be like a sorting / cleaning up the Lego room stream, I realized I have 2 more vehicles I was going to build with all this stuff. So we might get to some building towards the end of this stream. We'll see. I definitely need to clean up still, but we might get in some building today as well. Also, I do have another stream goal for this one. If we can reach, let's say 15, we can reach 15 likes on this stream, I have quite a few TIE fighters I'd love to show you all. Over the course of this last week, I have built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have built 6 different TIE fighters. Each one's a different variant of a TIE fighter. So if you all want to see that, help show your love for this stream and for this channel. And if we can get to 15 likes, I'll show them all. You will want to see, you'll want to see all of them, but there's 3 that I really love. So you'll definitely want to check that out. I'm not going to start doing stuff until the stream has been up for a couple more minutes. That way more people can join. Hopefully. You might have also noticed in the top right corner, I have a warning. Feel free to talk about anything from the newest episodes of the Bad Batch. Funny enough, I was really busy last week, so I wasn't able to watch episode 5 until yesterday. And I watched episode 6 earlier today, so. But I'm all caught up, so we're free to talk about any of the Bad Batch episodes. What's up, Survivalist? How you doing today? I hope you had fun streaming with Noel last night. I wasn't able to catch all of it, and the parts I did catch I had in the background. That's why I was lurking the entire time. One cool thing I found while sorting some stuff a couple weeks ago is I found these. I think these are for the original escape pod set. If they are, definitely going to try and put that together, because I think that'll be fun. Oh, that just reminded me of a a somewhat large project I was working on a little bit. I have a lot of projects, so I think over the course of this next week, well, my goal for the summer is to cut down on the amount of ongoing projects I have, so hopefully this next week I can use a lot of time this next week to cut down on the amount of open-ended projects I have and focus on like 3. Hey, what's up, Crystal? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day with a blood crystal. Who is that? Is that a line? Is that actual dialogue from one of the shows, Crystal? I want to say that's the Grand Inquisitor who says that, but I'm not sure. I still haven't quite finished Rebels. I'm in the middle of... I'm at the beginning of season 2. I finally finished all of season 1. I think I just had gotten past the Darth Vader arc in season 1, the first little one, with the like siege of Lothal. Were you the first to know about this stream, Crystal? Nice. Oh, are you saying that because you asked me on my last video in the comments, like when's my next stream, and I said like next Friday. Yeah, I'm surprised I was able to keep to that promise, but yeah. But yeah, I guess let's just get started. So if I want to build something at the end of the stream, I will need to keep some of this stuff on the table. But mainly it's just cleaning up all these bags and containers. Some of these are going to be somewhat easy to do because I can see them, but a lot of these plate ones, I have to stand up and walk around my table in order to put them away. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a fun day. I feel like Bad Batch is at that point where a lot of people are having differing opinions. My opinion is I still really enjoy the show. Oh, is that Dooku's phrase? Okay. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've watched the films, so some of the dialogue is a little rusty to me. Yeah, feel free to talk about Bad Batch. That's why I have the spoiler in the top right corner of the stream. We are free to talk about any of the episodes, including the newest one, because I just watched it. Yeah, all the red ones are blood. I don't know, I kind of did like the lore in Legends where the Sith actually just made their own. Using, like, science and Sith magic. I thought that was interesting. I think I like that a little bit more than having them bleed the crystals in canon, but I think both are interesting and unique. They're unique enough from each other that they can both stand on their own legs for the timelines. Now, if only people would do more stuff for Legends, because Legends is not getting a lot of love anymore, it seems. Well, Legends never really got a lot of love in the LEGO community. If it weren't from the films or from the shows or a couple of video games, a lot of vehicles got passed over, which I hope to rectify. Which is one of the reasons why I've been somewhat obsessed with TIE Fighters recently. One, TIE Fighters are a little bit easier to throw together in LEGO than a lot of other ships, especially Republic vehicles and ships. And it also helped that I've bought 6. I've bought 6 more of the newest TIE Fighter set, so I have enough stuff. You might be able to tell. There's actually remnants of about 3 TIE Fighter sets underneath all this stuff. And then over in the corner of my room off camera, there's 3 more sealed in their boxes still. No, you just had your laptop crash? Nice. But yeah, I've been doing TIE Fighters a lot recently. I've gone a little Imperial, which is okay, because I plan to do a lot of stuff from all the different eras of Star Wars, not just Clone Wars, but I will be making my way back to the Clone Wars soon. I'm gonna probably have to do for my minifigure scale project. I'm gonna have to maybe do it like a yearly thing. Like I pick one era of Star Wars and I focus on that for like a year. Apologies if you guys can hear any other voices other than mine and the music, of course. My family are doing stuff and they seem to be right next to my door, so. Where do I keep my minifigures? So if you watched that video, right? So all the ones that you saw in that video, Crystal, are still on those base plates. They're still just chilling in those containers. All the minifigures I have that don't fit on those base plates are currently under this table right now, and some other containers. That, and I have, let me grab it, over here, off to the side, on a different container. I currently have, what will eventually be all of my Star Corps troopers. I have all of the helmets now. Now I just gotta get the bodies and cloths. Which I have... Embrick is currently awaiting an order from Jonak, and then he will have made me a Commander Bly body in the realistic style. And then he's decaling 9 legs for the grunts for me. And then yeah, so those guys are being worked on just kind of slowly, because Jonak is I guess MIA, being a busy college student, so he's being a little slow with shipping stuff out. That is true, the movies and the Clone Wars show are in Legends as well, but ignoring those, pure Legends sets, Lego has done very few. There's the is it called the Eclipse? The character Juno Eclipse is her name. I don't remember what the name of the ship is, but the one that gave us Starkiller. There's that. They gave us a TIE Defender that one time. They gave us the droid in TIE Fighter one time. They gave us Anakin's Delta 7 one time. And that was interesting too, because that was after Disney had bought Star Wars and the separation of the timeline. So that was very unique and out of left field to see come out of Lego, but it was cool. And I bet there's a few others. There's a few other Legend sets, but definitely not as much as canon, which is fine because canon is the one that even Star Wars, Lucasfilm, and Disney are focusing on anyway, so it makes sense. But yeah, hopefully I was able to answer most of those questions so far, Crystal. It was interesting to see them show up in the show, but I think it makes sense because of what they seem to be doing, especially because it's Dave Filoni. I think he is the or one of the executive producers / directors for the show, so it makes sense that it seems they're trying to use Bad Batch to be the gap, or to fill the gap between the Clone Wars and Rebels, and obviously tie all the Clone Wars stuff to the original trilogy. Because now, for the people who don't read the books or comics, they now have the link with like Kanan Jarrus in that first episode of Bad Batch. They now know where he comes from. So if they go and watch Rebels, they know. Now we know like the connections of the sisters with Ahsoka. I thought it was really stupid that R7 went from his Clone Wars colors to like Imperial colors within the next scene we see him in. I'm really hoping the dialogue just had a mistake and that was actually a different astromech, but oh well. The Siege of Mandalore? I like the Siege of Mandalore. I think it could have been a little bit more, but oh well. Hey, what's up, Sea Bacon? Welcome to the stream. I've gotten back into just talking and not actually doing anything, so let me remedy that. It might not look like I'm doing a whole lot, and that's just because a lot of these plate containers I have to get up and put in a different spot that's off camera, unfortunately. So yeah, I think it's interesting they reuse those characters. I actually liked the usage of the sisters in the Bad Batch episode than in their entire arc in the Clone Wars. I think it helps flesh out their characters a little bit more. It's interesting that we now know that Omega's bow is not a Night Sisters bow, it's a Zagirian slave trader bow, which I don't remember them using bows in the Clone Wars show, but I haven't seen the that arc from season 5, I think it was season 5, in a little bit, so I'll need to go over and rewatch that. Oh, no, I disagree with that, Crystal. I am pretty sure the person on the hologram was Ahsoka. I don't think it was Rex. Because I think at this point in the timeline, Rex is still with Wolf and Gregor on that... It's that planet called Selos or something. Pretty sure he's still there, just chilling on that ATTE. So, I don't think the sisters would be taking the tactical droid head to him. I'm pretty sure it's Ahsoka. It makes sense, too, because R7's was Ahsoka's astromech in the Clone Wars show. So it's like, who else could it be? It'd be I feel like it'd be somewhat disappointing if it turned out to be someone else. Because all the signs, even with the inclusion of the sisters, are all kind of pointing to it being Ahsoka. Is that comic book, Sea Bacon, War of Bounty Hunter? Is that a comic? I'm not sure. I'm really out of touch with when it comes to the comics and the books at the moment. I haven't been watching a lot of the Star Wars Explained videos on the comics and the books recently, so yeah, I'm a little out of touch when it comes to those. Tony Stark is in Bad Batch today. What? No way, man. Who would have thought they would have done such an ambitious crossover, not tell anyone? Wow. That was a good joke. Sea Bacon, I liked it. I liked it. Oh yeah, that's right. 2 of these containers I've like messed up what parts go into what. I've like confused myself and put 1x8 or 1x8 plates and 1x10 plates in like the same 2 containers, so we'll have a little bit of that to deal with too. But one reason I'm cleaning up is I have a few mini mocks that no one's ever seen except for when I've shown them off on some of these streams previously. And I would love to have an actual space in my room so I can take some photos and maybe make a small video out of them. Because one, I'd love to reclaim a lot of the parts used for the mini mocks, and 2, I just want to get around to building some other mini mocks, and I don't have that much space. I've kind of have reached the limit that my room can handle at the moment, so whatever I have built either needs to get disassembled and reused for other things, or I need to get rid of stuff. So I'm just going to try to disassemble what I can. But I don't want to disassemble anything that I know hasn't actually been seen. So that's where I'm at with that stuff. Also, I'm not sure how many of you guys know this, but I've built a Droideka Sentinel, one of the Droidekas from the Star Wars Commander mobile game back in 2014. So I built that. I had it on display for a while. I barely touch it. Like, I think it was last week. I barely touched it, and its whole face fell off, and I have no idea where it went. It's somewhere back there. And I'm just gonna have to dig for the droid's face at some point. Just somewhat annoying. Oh, you meant by the sets? I really like the sets. There's a few things about that disappoint me. Oh, like there's a few like details here and there that disappoint me in the various sets, but overall I think they're very good sets. Kira. That's the girl in the Solo movie, right? I mean, that makes sense. I don't think Maul would have killed her. So, that makes sense to me. I had thought about that too, Crystal. I think Han might have been born or already a part of that game at that time that we saw in the episode, but I'm not sure. I don't remember how old Han Solo was in the Solo movie, because then you could work your way back. But yeah. Jabba put a bounty on Boba? What? Wait, what? Oh, so the War of the Bounty Hunters is like... It's between Episode 5 and Episode 6 then, right? So it's kind of like, how did Han Solo get to Jabba's palace in the Carbonite? Right? Or... How are audio comics still out on YouTube? I don't know. There's a lot of things that are on YouTube that I question, like, why is this on here? There's a lot of issues with YouTube and Twitch and a few other platforms like that. There's just some of the rules seem to be like super enforced and have heavy punishments for. Then other rules are like super laxed and no one actually cares. A B3 Ultra Battle Droid before? No. But I mean, it's part of my goal. It's part of my goal is to do one eventually. The issue with that one, and a lot of droids like that, is I think that one's roughly the same size as a minifigure, right? I think in Legends it was like twice the size of like a normal human. But I think in canon they made it a little bit shorter. So it'll be a little bit difficult to get it to look just right without making custom parts. Because making stuff that's minifigure, like the same size as a minifigure using Lego parts is kind of difficult. Unless you know a ton of techniques, and unfortunately I don't. At least not techniques like that, so. That's one of those droids I'm kind of like pushing off doing for a while, because I don't feel like I know enough to do it well, so yeah. Hey, welcome to the stream, Commander Cody Productions! If you are who I think you are, I haven't seen you in a long time, so welcome back, dude. How have you been doing? Would have gone with the Legends one. I will go with the Legends ones probably as well. Or I'll just do both, because that's what I've really been doing recently. I've just been doing both Legends and Canon stuff. Let's see. Container for this is just right there. Okay. Same with this. I have a few containers of stuff that I actually need to switch from plates to tiles. I want to try to align my sorting to be more like how Bricklink or Studio has the parts organized. So like stuff like this, I originally had sorted with plates, but Studio considers these to be tiles. So I'm gonna put them with my tiles. It'll help out a lot too by doing that, because the box that I put my tiles in is a lot less full than my plate containers. So I'll actually be able to sort more stuff by rearranging a few things. Excuse me. Has a new head in the Slave 1 head. What head would you want for Boba, though? Yeah, it is nice to see that LEGO has decided to make some good LEGO Star Wars sets again. So I own... In my parts collection, I own the original Mandalorian Starfighter set that LEGO had made. So I have Pre-Vizsla. I really like that one. So if the new Mandalorian Starfighter set is similar to the construction of the old one, I think it'll be perfect, because it was really nice. Wait, so Zuckuss died to save Boba? Is that what you're saying? I mean, that makes sense. I think in Legends, Han had killed all of those other bounty hunters too, at some point. Except for Bosk. I don't think Boba in Legends ever killed Bosk, and I don't think I think Bosk is alive in canon too, so... Bosk is just too cool, I guess. Yes, C Bacon, that's actually one of the reasons why this stream started a little late, is because I was watching that video. I'm very happy to see that Icarus Builds is making instructions for their custom designs, because Icarus Builds, like they said in that video, is the same person who built that, or designed that J9 Proton Cannon. It's also that same person who, if you go to their Eurobricks page, they've designed, I think it's a minifigure scaled Twilight, Anakin and Ahsoka's ship that they use for most of the early days of the Clone Wars, that we see them acquire in the Clone Wars movie. So Icarus Builds has built that. They've also built an armored assault tank. They've also built a minifigure scaled Hyena bomber, which looks fantastic, and I'm just waiting, just dying and waiting for that to be made into instructions so I can get it. Because that Hyena bomber is like the best one I've ever seen. They've also designed a few other things, but those are the ones that stuck out to me the most. So I'm super excited to see that Icarus Build is getting around to making instructions for their stuff, because it looks incredible. Oh, some of these I actually need to put into this container, because my quick grab container is actually getting kind of low. Oh, yeah. some of the parts organized in Studio don't quite make sense where they're at, but most of the time they do. I know exactly which part you're talking about, Sea Bacon. I wish when you just put in like 1x1 plate modified, that particular hinge part would show up, but it doesn't. You just have to type in like 1x1 plate and boom, it shows up. It's like, wait a minute. This is a modified part. What the heck are you talking about, Studio? Hey, what's up, Nolark? You're gonna get the new Slave 1? I might. We'll see. We'll see how it looks when we get some more images. You put it in expert instead of master survivalist? Okay. Have fun with that. Oh, I see. Yeah, Forlum could be rebuilt, but when it comes to droids like that who have developed their own personalities, you can never rebuild them. When it comes to the B1s and the B2s, you can always rebuild them. Because most of them didn't really have a personality. So it doesn't matter. But like C-3PO, you can never rebuild C-3PO if all of his memory was gone. Because he wouldn't quite be the same droid. I think in the case of C-3PO, he happened to be the same droid because, one, the story demanded it. And two, he was always with R2-D2, and R2-D2 never had his memory wiped. I think. So R2 was always able to basically restore C-3PO. Because, yeah, we even see that in the sequels, too, which was a little lame. That C-3PO did this mighty sacrifice, and then like an hour later he got his memory back and became the same dude again. But yeah, I think the only reason C-3PO was able to maintain being the C-3PO we all love and know is because R2 was there. If it weren't for R2, a lot of characters would have not been the same and or died. R2 is just the best. That is true. Brick Vault doesn't have a Mando Starfighter yet. Did you know, Crystal, there's actually two of them? There's the one that's used as a Starfighter, and then there's the one used as a transport. And the transport's just like it's like triple the size of the Starfighter, but they look pretty much the same. It's just one is like triple the size. I've never heard of those type of streams before, Sea Bacon. Oh, his head was intact? Okay, then yeah, someone could probably... In lore, Forlum could probably be rebuilt and be the same, so... Actually, you might be right, there might be three, I don't know. I'm not up to date with all my Mando lore. I don't focus on them very much, so... that part of my knowledge is a little sparse, but... yeah. Yes, I didn't even know about that ship, Sea Bacon, until I saw, I think it was Eckhart Tlatter mentioned it in one of his Order 66 videos. I was like, oh yeah, that is a Republic ship, isn't it? Because the clones are using it, so. Yeah, I know that ship now, meta nerds. Or all the names are being mixed up in my head. I now know about that ship sea bacon, but I had never noticed it until it was pointed out to me. Just like the other day, there's a gift of Anakin and the 501st storming the Jedi Temple, and I never noticed it until it was playing constantly while I was working on something else. One of those clones to the right of Anakin, so the left of us, while looking at the gift, for whatever reason, one of those clones has a rifle, whereas all of the other clones just have blasters. So I thought that was interesting. That would be nice, Crystal. See the other bounty hunters. Is that short for the Imperial Transport, Crystal? The, like, what is it called? What is it called? Like the Trellet? Like Trexler Marauder or something? Yes. Right? The DC-15A is the rifle and the S's are just blasters, so yeah. For whatever reason, one of the 501st troopers has the A, whereas all of the others have an S. Wait, so that was interesting to learn. Just a random thing. The troop transport. Okay. In my opinion, I think all of the sets coming out look good. The Arquintance, I feel like, suffers from a smaller version of the problem that the original Venator set has, where instead of being the nice, sleek, clean, flat Venator we all know and love from Clone Wars show and other various Clone Wars media, the one that Lego gave us was like this big chunky boy that was more of like this instead of being like this. And I think the Arquintance set suffers a little bit from that as well. From a parts perspective, since I do a lot of my own custom building anyway, and not a whole lot of set building anymore, I think the Arquintance is definitely a great way of getting a ton of gray parts, which are always nice to have for building anything in Star Wars, because tons of stuff in Star Wars, especially Imperial vehicles and ships, it's a bunch of light gray and a highlight of another color, and the highlight is usually black or another gray. So getting lots of gray is always good. No, I refuse to say it the other way, Noel. It's Arquintance. You can blame XP Gamers for having me say Arquintance that way. That is true. Moff Gideon's Arquintance is like a command version of the Arquintance, so yeah, it's like triple the size of a normal one. I don't fully understand what you're trying to say there, Sea Bacon. Are you saying that 2 Bricks is actually building an Arquintance right now? Like a custom version? Okay, okay, I get that now. It's interesting, Noel. Wasn't the Arquintance only in the Clone Wars show for like 3 episodes? It wasn't used very often. The one I remember the most is when Anakin and Obi-Wan and that other Jedi go and save Eth Koth. I think, for whatever reason, Obi-Wan was using an Arquintance as his command ship, for whatever reason, for that particular episode. But no, yeah, I think the command Arquintance, maybe it's not triple the size, but I think they said it's bigger. It was in the slave arc. The one with the Zygerians, or one of the other ones? Yeah, Adi Gali. When they go and save Eth Koth. Obi-Wan and General Grievous and those Magna Guards fight on an acquaintance. I think. Is that set actually coming with a Dark Trooper? I don't remember seeing a Dark Trooper in the art or in the box art, so if it does come with one, that would be really cool. As long as it actually looks good. Because Custom Brick Builder has designed a fantastic looking Dark Trooper. His issue is all of his stuff is made out of resin, so the colors don't match Lego. And you have to have either you or you have to have someone paint the resin figures for you so they look good. But when someone does, dang, those look good. And Custom Brick Builder has done the B1, the B2, the Commando Droid, the Magna Guard, the Dark Trooper. I think that's it for droids. He also does a lot of Imperial stuff, like the Shore Trooper / Hover Tank helmet, and various others. I'm not a huge fan of his, like, the bodies he does for his Imperial Troopers, but the helmets look fantastic. The issue, again, is just the fact they're all resin, so they don't match in color. One of the two? Oh yeah, that's true, because yeah, Darth Maul's a Zabrak now. Yeah. That is funny that Dave Filoni brought 2 Zabraks back to life. That is kind of funny. Alright. Oh, I do need to grab my plate box. Alright, well. Alright, I'll be away from chat for just a second, because I gotta go dig out this plant box. There we go. Where am I gonna put it? I guess right here. Because I'm more of like a vehicle and droid guy, my plant box is very empty all the time. Because I just don't buy plants very often. Most of my plants are just from Lego sets. Or random hauls of Lego that I get occasionally, so yeah, gotta get this. And I think I'll put all those animals into this box too. I'm not cool enough to have the pink frog, but I have the red, the yellow, the green, and the brown frog. But yeah, I'm not cool enough. I'm not cool enough to reach that pink frog level of epicness yet. But I have these ones. I also have a few rats, a few spiders, a few crocodiles, a few sharks. Got an octopus. Oh, hey, a part. I got a pterodactyl over here as well. Anyone know what set or theme this particular pterodactyl is from? It's not the Jurassic Park sets, because those ones, I think were built, brick built. So, anyone know where this one's from? I got it secondhand a long time ago. Same with most of these animals that I'm picking up. Oh, here's another question, chat. Which one would be better financially for me? Directly selling stuff I don't want anymore, or doing auctions for it? Which one would financially benefit me more, chat? For those of you who've done either of those. Because I have a decent amount of figures and stuff that I would be willing to part for monies. That's never off topic, Chris, so let me show you this. I currently have 6 of those, just chilling in my room. These mainly have bricks in them. But yeah, I got 6 of these, so never off topic. I used to love these the most, and then I got the Acromil containers, and I like those more. But I still use these. I still use those Stereolite ones constantly because of what they've got in them. So, not a bad choice. Do selling? Okay, I'll keep that in mind then. Yeah, I don't have the bonsai set, so yeah, no pink frog for me. I ain't hip enough for pink frog. Because isn't the bonsai set like $100 or more? So yeah, that's out of my range for one set. If it was multiple things, I would be able to get it. But because it's just one set for that much, that's too much for me. Put that up there, I guess. Put this remote control up there too, I guess. Not sure why this is here, but okay. Oh, I dropped it, found it, put it away. Hey, that's a good way of using it too, Crystal. You don't have enough minifigures for the bins. That's not... Be glad you don't have that problem, Sea Bacon, because yeah, having a ton of minifigures is great, but figuring out where to put them is the issue. Did you know, Crystal? I can't remember. Crystal, do you like Star Wars Rebels? If you do, and you want to, for whatever reason, get a lot of these pilots that are from Star Wars Rebels, they are apparently like, they're only like $4 per figure on Bricklink. I thought they would be way more. But yeah, these Rebel style pilots are only $4 each or something on Bricklink. I thought they'd be more because I only remember it coming in like 2 sets, but neat. Because I need I need 9 more of those ones. Because I've been buying so many TIE Fighter sets. Look at this, chat. I've been able to almost get an entire squad of pilots. Just need 1 more. I have all of the pilots. Oh, and then speaking of those TIE Fighter sets, my Stormtrooper collection has gone up as well. I just need to get tons of helmets because I can get the bodies really easily. I just need these Rogue One helmets. Wait, why do I have this in rows of... Okay, I do have it in rows of 5. For some reason I thought I had that in rows of 4. Or columns of 4, which would be wrong. In 2021, so yeah. Half of those TIE Fighter pilots I just showed Crystal are from the 2021 set. You like Rebels more than Mando? Wow. Never seen Resistance. If it weren't for the art style of Resistance, I'd probably be willing to watch more of it. I just don't like how dark and then how bright it is. Everything is just either way too dark or just way too bright for me for that show. Which is a shame that it's the art style keeping me away from it, but because I was looking at some stuff and there's actually some really cool vehicle designs in that show. The issue is just going to be really difficult to build them because it's really difficult to see what the heck is going on. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Lego's gonna ever get away from that, no. Not unless something happens to them like Coconut talked about in his most recent podcast. If Lego ever does start to tank again like they did in the early 2000s, then maybe Lego would decide to, hey, let's make bigger sets again. But I think Lego's gone to the point where, one, they are the best at what they do, and so they can be a little lax on the quality of their sets because they know people will still buy them. Look at me, for instance. I bought 7. I have now bought 7 of the newest TIE Fighter set, which isn't the greatest TIE Fighter. I mainly bought it for parts and the figures. I don't have a single one of the actual TIE Fighter built except for one, and even that one I still modded. And it, like I mentioned earlier, if we can get to like 15 likes on this stream, hopefully we can get some more people here. If not, I might lower that number. But if we can get to like 15 likes on this stream, I have 6 different TIE Fighters I'd love to show you guys. All built using parts from the 2021 set. Obviously, you can tell I didn't use every single part from the 2021 sets, because this is like three sets right here, and there's still a ton of stuff here. But yeah. For the children. That might be true. Sea Bacon. I don't know. I didn't watch enough Resistance to get that, to make an informed opinion on it yet. So I don't know. Get it for 100 or less, that would be good. I remember back in the day, back in 2013, the ATTE set, I can't remember what its final price was from, like, if you bought directly from Lego, but I was able to find that set for $80 back when it first released, and now look at it, it's like $300 at the least most of the time, unless you're lucky and you can find someone who doesn't quite understand how much it's worth and sells it for like $100. But yeah, it was interesting seeing what sets back in the day were released lower than their actual price, and then which ones were more. Because I remember also the ATOT with Republic Dropship set. When I first saw that set was released, I went to Lego.com, and guess how much I saw that set going for when it first released. I remember seeing it being sold for $150. Now look at how much that set is worth and costs to buy, sealed in the box. Most of them are like $900 or something. And I remember back when it first released, it was like $150. And it first released for $150, then it went up to its UCS price of like $250. It was a moment that I regret not jumping on, but even if I could have jumped on it, there was a good chance I would never have been able to get it then. And now look at it, but yeah. Wait, what do you mean you made a very good and bad decision in those years of Lego purchasing, Sea Bacon? Are you saying because you bought certain sets but you didn't get other ones? Alright, we're at the point where I need to put this stuff off the side, because I actually need to figure out what I've done wrong to these containers. So I think, yeah, this one is fine. It's these two. I somehow mixed 1x8s and 1x10s together. So I got to separate them. So this is a 1x10. So let's put all the 1x10s on this side, and we'll put all the 1x8s on this side. I still don't understand how I did this. It must have been when I sorted out plates the last time. I apparently wasn't paying too much attention. Do you count studs with... Oh, you bought the Lego movie sets? Dang, did the Lego movie really come out in 2014? Holy crap. That's such a long time ago. Alright, so you know, thanks for hanging out, dude. Have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you around soon. So are you asking, Crystal, if I count studs as plates? Yes. I'll show you. This is my container full of studs. It sits nicely with all my other plates. You can probably tell there's certain colors not in here, and that's because I've just sorted them out and have put them somewhere else. Which, I just noticed I have a few colors in here that shouldn't be in here. Those are probably from when I disassembled a mini mock and I wasn't paying attention. But yeah. I count studs as plates, because what else would you count them as? Just studs? That gets a little too, that's a little too much for me. It's a sub sort. There we go, put those up there. R.I.P. my guy. Yeah, man, you missed out on a good year for Clone Wars stuff. You know, Noel, I had just remembered that we had talked about that, and then I had kind of went away like yesterday. I was going to reach out to you yesterday, but then I forgot about it again. So, okay. Yeah, let me know, man. What is up, Dwayne? How are you doing today, dude? Oh, with the hole? I currently sort those out with my special parts. So everything else that doesn't fit with plates, bricks, tiles, or slopes. Because I think they're a little bit more useful than your standard plate, because they have the hole in it. However, because I've shoved them all in with all my other parts that are not sorted out yet, I've barely been able to use any of them. So I'm hoping, because I'm actually close. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 containers left to seriously sort out, and then majority of my parts collection will be sorted and organized, and then at that point I'll be able to better use. I also gotta just get myself back into using Studio. I really haven't used excuse me, I haven't really used Studio in a little bit. As you'll see, if we can actually get around to showing off the TIE Fighters, majority of the well, actually all of the TIE Fighters aren't built in Studio, which I need to, because I'm going to be using them as the basis for a lot of other things. Hey, what's up, Blue Harvest? How you doing? How's it hanging in the UK? Are you asking me, Survivalist, if I've ever killed the Eater Worlds Brain of Cthulhu? Yes, yes I have. Why would you ask me that? You know I have. I'm doing well, Blue Harvest. My throat's getting a little scratchy just because I'm talking a little too much and not drinking enough of my water. I'm doing pretty good. Got a question for you, Blue Harvest, now that you're here, UK gang. Do you buy thick bricks decals, right, Blue Harvest? If so, are they like pretty much the same as Jonak Toys decals? I think there was. It was like last year, I think, Sea Bacon, that yeah, the UK did get sets earlier than the US. Right? Because the 501st set and all of those were released earlier everywhere else in the world than the US. I think that was mainly due to the Lego plant in Mexico was shut down due to COVID, or like partially closed. So I think I believe that was the reason, or one of the reasons why many of the sets for the US were delayed. I read your last message, C Bacon, unless you're talking about a much earlier one. Oh, but I do see that the survivalist was talking to you about Terraria. How do you find the Tavern Keep? I think you just go. Yeah, you have to defeat the Eater World / Brain of Cthulhu, and then you just find him like. I think he either hangs out on the surface or he's hanging out underground. But either way, you find him and he's drunk on the ground. and then you talk to him, and then he'll come to one of your homes if you have a home for him. They're also the same quality. Okay, I'm thinking about switching all of my decal commissions then to thick bricks. Because yeah, thick bricks is still shipping stuff out, right? Because Jonak has kind of gone MIA, and I would love to get my decal commission sooner than later. So, thoughts on everyone is awesome. Are you talking about the Lego set? I think it's cool. I don't care, like, okay, it's cool that Lego is wanting to participate in Pride Month this month. Like, okay, cool. I don't really care. I don't care about the message, or I guess what's the word for it? I don't care about the reason why they've given us a set. I don't care. It's plastic Lego bricks. If you're getting offended over plastic, like small plastic bricks, I think you have other problems to worry about. If you're getting offended over colors of bricks, like, okay. However, the reason I think the set is cool is because of all of the new hair pieces and the different colors, especially the black, the brown, and there was another hair piece that I think will be very usable for Lego Star Wars stuff. And then, of course, all the decalers, the white body and the black body. I think decalers are gonna love that as well, because those are the white one especially for Clone Troopers. Yeah, I think the set's cool. It's interesting that Lego has now decided to participate in Pride Month and release a set like that. I personally I'm fine with it, and so I feel my opinion is if people are getting offended over that set, I think they have other problems to worry about, because it's a company that makes small plastic bricks for everyone to enjoy. So if they happen to just highlight a few special people for a month with a set, I think that's fine. I think my bigger issue is when companies only do certain things. So now that Lego has opened the gate by making this set, I hope they then make sets for the other special months of the year. Because if they don't, then that's a little biased. And it's like, well, why are you doing it for this group and not another group? You see? You get? But, I can totally understand why some people might not want to share their opinion about the set, and so they should just say, hey, I don't want to get involved with this, and I don't want to share my opinion. If they say it that way, then it's fine. But I know there's a few people out there in the LEGO community who are against this set and feel like it should never have been made, which is fine. They're free to their opinion. I just don't like the way they're sharing their opinion. I think the way they're sharing their opinion is pretty crap. I'm okay with them having their opinion, because I mean, I can't stop them from having their opinion. I just don't like the way they decide to share their opinion, or how they say it, is all. But yeah. There's hopefully my somewhat unrambled opinion on that set. in summary, I think it's a good set. I think the minifigures in it are pretty cool. I think the parts you get in there, especially all those 1 by 2 by 3 slopes, it's really cool to see those in many more colors, because I think that set is the first time some of those slopes have ever been in those colors before, so that's pretty cool. So I have much, my opinion is very positive about that set, and I'll leave it at that. That's a good way of putting it, Crystal. Do you know it's just plastic with a cardboard box, man? Why you get why you get offended? Super quick shipping even to the UK in a week. All right, so I will see if the guy that I do commissions with is good at doing thick bricks then, and I will probably switch to them instead of Jonak. Not necessarily. I don't really care for arm printing. I'm actually like not doing any arm printing, but because I'm pretty sure from the pictures I've seen, Thick Bricks does pretty well at matching the Lego style for like 2013 to 2020, the realistic style of clones. And if that means he does his shipping a lot quicker, then yeah, I'll be switching to them. Are they? Do you happen to know if are they more expensive or about the same price as Jonak Blue Harvest? Do you know? You would know, right? Because you're a reseller. Are they the same price, or is Thick Bricks more expensive? Do you know? Oh, you're gonna do multicolored clones? That'd be really cool to see. Bacon. I've seen a few people do renders of like different Star Wars characters in those colors, but that'd be really cool to see clones. They're 50 cents more? Okay, so that's not an issue. 50 cents. Which makes sense, because like they got the additional decaled part, like decaled stickers, so. But yeah, 50 cents will not kill me. So yeah, I will probably switch over to Thick Bricks then. Whenever I can. I have to basically wait until Jonak ships this stuff to the guy I've commissioned. Then wait for the guy who I've commissioned to do it, and then have him ship that to me. And then after that's done, I'll have the person I work with shift to Thick Bricks instead. Yes, thank you for sending that message again. Welcome to the stream, Hockey. I saw your first message, but you had joined the stream right as C Bacon got me going off about the everyone is awesome set. So I somewhat forgot. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Hockey. It's glad to see you again. You did not hear me say that, C Bacon. I never said Jonak had shut down their website. I just know that he is apparently a college student and had gotten really busy with school the last couple of months. Yeah. That's a little spicy there, Crystal, so I'm not gonna say that, but okay. See you later, Crystal. What's an AA hockey team? Congrats on making it onto a team, but what's an AA hockey team? Is that different from like a high school hockey team or what? But congrats. Okay, I just put that one in the wrong spot. That was somewhat of a weird song to listen to, but okay. Did 101 health and you have 100. Nice. A lot of P2s from AV. They're now $1, so it'll be 50 cents. Wait, so AV's already announced how much their sale is going to be? It's going to be 50% off, dang. I do wish CEC would share with everyone how much the sale is going to be. Because with me being a staff member for the CEC server, it's a little annoying when people are asking like, hey, how much is the sale going to be? Because we don't know. CEC doesn't tell us. And it just gets a little annoying when like hundreds of different people ask the same question. But I can get it, like we all want to know. We're all fans, we all want to know. But unfortunately we just don't know. A level down from the best team, but the best team you can make. Well, I mean, then that's the best team that you can in your area, so congrats, man. That's awesome. What position do you play in hockey, GMC? What position do you play, or do you just play all of them? 50% off decals, 50% off cloth, and I think 20% off. Ooh, nice. I think, if I remember right, CC's May the 4th sale was 20% off of, was it everything? I think it was pretty much everything except for a few certain specific things. Which is fantastic because 20% sales were like unheard of from CC until recently. Then he had done like 3 of them. he did a 20% off sale for his birthday, one for May the 4th, and I think one other time. Because most of the time the sales are like at most 15% off. So. Oh, you're a goalie? Wow, congrats, man. From all the times that I've watched hockey, because I've never played it, goalie seems to be the most difficult to play. So congrats, man. That is true. $2 per decal is quite a bit if you want to buy like 100. Because boom, there's 200. There's $200. It's like when I want to buy brick arm weapons. Each weapon is about $1 depending on which one it is. But if you want 100 weapons, well, there you go. There's $100. It's like if we in the custom LEGO community could lower our prices a little bit, that'd be fantastic. Welcome to the stream, Regular Brick Studios. Apologies for stumbling over that name for some reason. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Currently, we're just sorting and talking. If you have anything you want to mention, feel free. We just finished reorganizing these 2 containers that I had messed up for some reason. Yeah, now I can put all 3 of these containers away. Which is funny because I'll put them away and I will probably pull them back out whenever I start building. Because these are usually the size of plates that I use, or I will be using, so. And that one's too full now, so that's cool. And apparently I need to put this in a different spot. That 1x10 container is now too full. I need to put those in a bag. Oh! Why'd you change the name, Ugly? Well, congrats on the new name. I like it. But yeah, why the name change, man? The E-Web. But the E-Web makes sense for being that much, because the E-Web is a lot more involved than like the DC-15s and the E-11s that they make. Make more hockey sets. LEGO hasn't made sports sets since like the early 2000s, I think, so that's the reason why they're super expensive. I think they've made a hockey set. I know they made quite a few soccer and basketball sets back in the day. I think they might even made one American football game, but I'm not sure. I know for a fact they've done basketball and soccer though. Alright, I need to grab one bag. I have a specific bag for all these spring-loaded shooters, missile parts, so I'd like to put them all together if I can. Oh, found it. Nice. Oh, I forgot they did the table tennis sets too. I have a few of the basketball minifigures, like their legs that have the springs in them. But I don't have any of their heads or bodies because I had bought the legs off of a neighbor, and that neighbor no longer lives there, so I can't get any more from them. Oh yeah, they did. They did do hockey. I can't seem to picture them in my head, but I do remember that now. Oh, I see regular. Yeah. When I first saw that your name was Ugly SM Studios, I was a bit confused why you would want to have your name be ugly, but I rolled with it. But yeah, you might get a lot more traction now that your name's a little different. I myself might change my name a little bit. I might remove the subtitle from my name, we'll see. Because I haven't done a whole lot of video game stuff in a while, so we will have to see. I'm hoping to specifically use this next week to help cut down on all these projects that I've got going on. So like, hopefully that means I'll be able to finish like Portal 2. Hopefully I'll either be able to finish The Force Unleashed or just replace it with one of the other games, because I need to do some testing with Force Unleashed to see if I can get farther into the game than I did that first stream, and a few other things. A lot of it I can't really talk about because first I just have to get working on it before I can share, because some of the projects might not even happen, and I don't want to get people's hopes up for something that might not happen. The name is a little complicated. I think the last time I checked it though, you just have to type in ClonePlays and my channel does come up. I'll need to double check that though, because yeah, I might have to shorten the name just for necessity to make it easier for people to find me then. I only did the subtitle just to make sure people knew exactly what this channel was about, because ClonePlays, I felt like most people inferred that to mean that I was just a gaming channel, and I didn't do Lego Star Wars stuff, so yeah. They just responded with cringe. Okay. Nice. Man, look at all these colors. Look at all of them. I think most of these are still the red color, but I have definitely gotten a ton of the new lime green shooter color. The ones I have the least of are the dark blue ones and that silver one from the Trouble on Tatooine set, because it only gives you one extra. Alright, how do I actually want to tackle all this other stuff? I am not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We're close to 10 likes. If we can get 2 more likes, I will reveal one of the TIE Fighters. But let's see. What can I... I'm like trying to get away from having to do this. But I need to just get into it. don't I? And it would probably be better. It was pretty difficult building some of these ties while having all this unsorted stuff just chilling here. I know some of this I can throw immediately into my special containers because that's exactly where I pulled these from. Can grab that, put it in the special container too. For a while there, when I was just opening these sets, I wasn't sure how I was going to use this piece. This is the part that connects the wings to the body of the TIE Fighter in the newest set. I wasn't sure how I was going to use it, but I ended up using quite a few of these in one of the TIE Fighters I'm the most proud about building, so it came in handy for that, mainly because I had to redesign the mechanism for that TIE Fighter about 3 times. And I'll probably redesign it slightly whenever I rebuild it in studio. Let's see. Look at all these. These are all 6x10s from the TIE Fighter. I was hoping I was going to be able to use all of these, but apparently not. All the TIE Fighters I built have slightly smaller wings, so I never ended up using these larger plates. Well, depending on which TIE Fighter I go with for my movie style TIE Fighters, I may or may not actually use plates. Because the Brick Vault TIE Fighters by Jarek don't use plates, they use bricks. And I don't have one of those bricks available. They use the grooved 1x2 bricks that are in black. I don't know why it's black that way, but yeah. That is something I wanted to ask. Chat, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with them, but if you had to choose, which TIE Fighter would you build? Would you build the Brick Vault TIE Fighters, or would you build the Rebel Builder TIE Fighters? Because those are the ones I'm debating between right now for future Imperial stuff. Yeah, man, you should definitely start checking their stuff out again regularly. They've got tons of new things than probably the last time you checked out their channel. They got tons of cool designs. I was just talking about the most recent design they added to their store earlier in this stream because I really love the designer that they're currently doing a lot of work with because he just has a lot of cool stuff on his Eurobrick page. If you check out Icarus Builds on Eurobrick, on the Eurobrick forums, you can see tons of really cool designs. By the way, chat, did I mention I started getting into making my own custom Lego parts? So far I've done one. I took a... Let me grab it. I took this Technic pin to axle, and I cut away the pin part, and I replaced it with the stud connector from this pin. I am currently awaiting the guy that I sent the design to, who printed it out for me, to send them to me, so that way I can use them. I specifically made that part to work with astromechs, so that way they can have a more accurate looking third leg when they walk. So I can agree to a point with you on that, Regular. However, now that I also design various custom things, it's nice to be able to earn something off of all your work after designing something that... A lot of these designs take months to finalize. I have been able to push out designs a little quicker because I haven't fully finalized a lot of them. That's why, like, the Snail Tank and the Hellfire Droid get worked on constantly, because I'm still trying to finalize them. unfortunately, a lot of that finalization is me just basically redoing them. If I can get to the point where I'm just like tweaking a few things, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, I can understand why they charge money for people to buy the instructions. However, I do agree, some of the Brick Vault prices are a little on the expensive side, and it seems that the markup on their instructions is a little bit much, but I'm willing to pay for some of those designs. I've bought the ATTE, the ATAP, the Swamp Speeder. Did I buy another one? I bought the Homing Spider Droid, and I bought the Separatist Shuttle from Brick Vault. You can add that up. That's roughly $100 for instructions, I think. But I feel like it's going to be well worth it, because now, especially when it comes to the ATTE, now that I own the instructions, I've already rebuilt it in Studio, and now I can just sit there and tweak it as much as I want. I never have to pay again. So now I can take the ATTE from Brick Vault, and I bought the episode 2 version of it, and now I can tweak it myself to look more like the Clone Wars one that Commander Pons and Mace Windu use. I can tweak it so it can have the little command center that Pons is in. I can tweak it so the Walker has the ability to have those two ATRTs that come out of the back of it. And I can do various other things now that I've bought the instructions. But yes, I do feel like the price is a little much, but at the time I felt like it was worth it. Dip. You didn't know that, Survivalist? I knew that. That is true, Regular. For people who don't have a lot of money, yes. It's somewhat outrageous. That's one of the main reasons I started just making my own designs. But now that I'm older, and especially now that my family understands my hobby a little bit more than they used to, they're more willing to finance it. I'm hoping to be able to repay them at some point for all their love and generosity for helping me with this hobby of mine. Yeah. I got completely distracted. I should have just been stacking more plates while I was talking, but oh well. I really like these ones. I think these are like 2x14s. These will come in handy very nice. Maybe not for TIE fighters, but just for things in general. Because having long plates like this can help span and connect various parts of a mock much cleaner than if you had to use a bunch of short plates. You can't find enchanted boomerangs in chests anymore? Because now you craft them? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Survivalist? If so, I did not know that. I did know you could craft them, but I didn't know they removed them from generating in chests now. Participate in a Mr. Beast video and give it to your mom. I don't know, not a huge fan of Mr. Beast. I don't watch any of his videos. Also, my family doesn't have luck on our side most of the time. Whenever I've entered a contest, it's like 1 out of 100 contests that I enter, do I actually win. That's actually pretty good odds, though. But so maybe I will, but who knows. Also, that just takes time out of my day. Try to just enter everyone's contests. The more contests you enter, the more you'll win. But it takes a ton of your time. Don't have any luck like that. My brother, as like a family joke, we always joke that we should take him to Las Vegas because he'll win at the poker tables. If I remember, I believe that's like the family joke. We haven't joked about that in a while though, so I don't quite remember. But being Mr. Beast's friend is a pain job. That I know, but I know he does also a lot of contests and like gives away a ton of money. The only luck I have is bad. Oh, hey, we reached 10 likes. Alright. Let me... Ah. I just popped my leg. And it popped funny, so it feels weird. But, alright, we'll take a break from me just stacking plates. And let me grab one of the TIE fighters. I'm actually going to need to slide all this stuff out of the way to do that. And that plate pile just fell apart. Fantastic. When it comes to games. Alright. Which TIE fighter do I want to grab? Probably one of the easier ones. Let's grab this bad boy, because this is the one I think most of you will have. So this is my modded TIE fighter. And you know what? I'm gonna show off another TIE fighter, mainly because I'm really happy with these. So after showing off this one, I'll grab another one to show. Yes, this is my modded TIE fighter. It's a modded version of the newest one from 2021. Most of the mods are for the interior and this cockpit area that you might not be able to notice. I use scruffy nerf herders designed for the cockpit. If you can go to the Rebrickable and get the instructions for free for how to mod the cockpit for this set to make it more accurate. Actually, I did not do a lot of the mods for this particular tie. I did a lot of the mods on the other ties, but the biggest mod that I did to this is I changed the connection of the wings to the cockpit, which unfortunately is not very sturdy right now because I don't have the specific Technic pin that would be best used for it, but they easily pop off, which is a good and bad thing, but it's a little bit more accurate to how they should look. And actually, I'm gonna have to just pull off the wing for this to better show. And I added the details on the inside here. So it has the gray stripes going to the center, showing the hexagonal pattern of the TIE wing. Yes, this is my Rebels TIE fighter. So that's the thing. This is the reason I bought this set and so many of them, is because of how the dimensions of the wings and the cockpit. This reminded me a ton of the TIE fighters that show up in Star Wars Rebels. And so I did my best to mirror all of the TIE fighters that I've built so far to look like they came out of Star Wars Rebels. So this is the basic TIE variant. I do plan on building the TIE fighter that Sabine Wren paints. I just haven't gotten to it yet. That's actually one of the TIE fighters that if we can get to it today, I might start working on at the end of the stream. But yeah, there's that. Now let me show off the next common TIE fighter from Star Wars Rebels. I think it's common. I haven't actually seen it in the show yet, but that's because I'm not that far. Here is the TIE Interceptor with a super basic stand. This uses Scruffy Nerf Herder's cockpit, and it's like Haricho 24, I think that's how you say the name. I took the wings from their interceptor and put it onto the Scruffy Nerf Herder's cockpit. I love it so much. It's so good. You might notice there's some parts that are in white. Those are parts that should be in black or gray that I just don't have. I also modified the wings just a little bit, and I tiled off different spots that weren't tiled off originally. But yes, I love this so much. It looks so cool. And you can tell it's supposed to be from Rebels. Otherwise, these wings would be a little bit bigger. The cockpit would be a little bit smaller. Yeah, I like it so much. Oh, you made an ATSD walker? Nice, Regularly. That's cool. The ATSD is a really cool one for a lot of people to build. But yeah, there's that. So if we can get the 15 more likes, I'll show you guys all of the other TIE Fighters I have. There's 4 more. And each one is more unique than the last. Yeah, that guy. Oh, it literally means 8624? I didn't know that. That's cool. But yes, that person. I got inspired and I followed their video tutorial for the wings for their interceptor, and I put it to that one. I spent some time and I've recreated their boga in Studio. I'm gonna spend some time and recreate their wheel bike one of these days as well, because I really like this, especially the boga. Seeing a brick-built boga, it's so much better than what LEGO could probably ever do. Especially because LEGO only gave us the boga once, and it was a just a big fig basically, and had 0 printing because it was made back in the day, where the LEGO barely printed on anything. So seeing their boga brick built, so good. The 1x1 bracket is so handy. I'm so glad LEGO has designed that, because that person was able to put that piece to use. Look up Hachiroku24. Hachiroko as one word -24 on YouTube. Is that the name of the creature that Obi-Wan rides in Episode 3 on Utapau? Is that like the species name? I'm talking about, yeah, the boga is the creature that Obi-Wan rides on when he's on Utapau. Hachiroku. I'm pretty sure I say it different every time, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong, but that person made a brick-built version of that boga, and it looks so good. And the wheel, and he did, or they, I should say, they made General Grievous's wheel bike, and it looks so good too. They've started doing quite a few builds that I quite enjoy, because for the most part I saw that they had done chibi style Star Wars stuff, but now that person is starting to get into like minifigure scale stuff, and it looks so good. Yeah, so yeah, look up Hachiroku-24 on YouTube and look at their boga. It's so good. And then I got inspired, and I just looked and searched around on the internet for different brick-built creatures. So I either have downloaded pictures or I have it saved somewhere of someone who made a really cool brick-built Rancor. And then I had some website pages open for an Akale and the Reek. But I didn't save those pictures. I'd have to pull up my search history and try and find those pages. But yeah, people with modern day Lego bricks have been able to make some sweet looking brick-built creatures from Star Wars. And I looked up the Rancor specifically because I was messing around with some Felucia stuff, and I was going to make my own Felucia Rancor, which is why I looked up a Rancor mod, because I was gonna base a lot of my design off of theirs, and then tweak it, of course, so it looked more like the Felucia Rancor. I never did get that far with that, because then I started doing some other things. But yeah, modern day Lego parts have been able to get people very creative, and some very creative people have been able to make some sweet looking brick built creatures. The issue is just being able to get those parts. I have no idea where Raku got a lot of those 1x1 brackets in those various colors. I think maybe the Lego Friends sets, but I don't buy those. But maybe I should, just for parts. That's like the nice thing about the Lego Friend theme of stuff. I'm not a huge fan of the minifigures, those like Barbie doll style figures, but those themes have definitely been able to produce like various parts and colors you would never see in a Star Wars set, like the blues and the pinks and the reds and things that are just like out of the norm for Star Wars. You think he gets it from Bricks and Pieces? I'll have to look, because yeah, that'd be good, because if you buy directly from Lego, they sell their parts really cheap. That's how I got all of those blackheads I used for my minifigures. I had bought like 200 for... Oh, I don't remember the price. It was like 200 for 50 bucks or something. Because the minifigure blackhead is like 37 cents if you buy directly from Lego. Whereas other people sell them for like $1 or something. That's also where I got some parts that I used for the snail tank originally. A lot of that was parts from the online pick-a-brick wall from Lego.com. That, funny enough, I had originally bought all those parts for a Camino mock, but by the time they had gotten to me, because this was definitely during COVID time, so shipping was extremely long. So by the time the parts got to me, I had given up on doing Camino, and I started building the snail tank instead. So yeah, there's a funny story behind the snail tank. If the Lego parts had gotten to me sooner than they had, the snail tank might not have been a thing. I would have had a Camino mock instead. I think a big problem that person suffers from is some of their thumbnails are not that intriguing. I don't even know how I noticed the Boga or whatever. I think I noticed it because I saw Grievous in the thumbnail. I'm like, oh, I like Grievous. What's this all about? And then I noticed everything else. Like, oh, this dude's made like the best Boga I've ever seen. So I think that's one of their issues they have with their channel. Also, why do they not have music or something in the background of their videos? Like when the person does the video tutorial for building everything, there's no music, there's no sound. It's just them sitting there and clicking the bricks together, which I guess is cool for some people, but for me, I don't like it. I'd rather have music in the background. So yeah, when I was translating their design into Studio, I put my own music on, because yeah, I can't just sit there and listen to the clicking of Lego bricks. Unless I can only listen to the sound of Lego bricks clicking and have nothing else going on if I'm like super involved in building something, and basically my whole brain is just sitting there thinking about what I'm doing and what I'm building, and I'm not paying attention to the clicking of the bricks. Otherwise, I'm like doing what we're doing right now, just not on stream. I put on some music and I just sit here and start throwing stuff together. Yeah, I'm the same way, C-Bacon. Basically, any video game, If I'm playing a Star Wars game, I'm definitely listening to the Star Wars music. Unless, of course, it's on a stream here on YouTube, and that gets a little iffy if you can listen to the music or not. So I just put on my copyright-free playlist. One of these days, I'd love to reach out to Samuel Kim and see if I could have their music play. Because I know they do a lot with other YouTubers and allow other YouTubers to use their music. And if you use Samuel Kim music, you don't get the copyright claims for Star Wars music. So, but I don't feel like I'm that big, so I don't. I would like to get bigger before I would try to before I reach out and be like, hey, may I use your things? Let's see. Gotta make sure these are all the same size of plate before I put them away. Before I make another mistake. But yeah, if I'm playing Minecraft, what's funny, so I'll play Minecraft, and I'll be listening to Minecraft videos on YouTube. So occasionally I'll jump a little bit because I'll hear a creeper noise. And then it turns out it was from the video. It's like, oh dang it. Just got scared for nothing. Yeah. That doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's pretty funny. Yeah, I usually watch Minecraft videos when I'm playing Minecraft. I like being inspired. I like doing it that way because then I'm inspired by whoever I'm watching while I'm playing. I do the same for Terraria whenever I do play Terraria. I'll try to put on some Terraria videos or Minecraft videos because the games are similar enough to where I can be inspired to do various things in both games. But yeah, definitely when it comes to Star Wars games, I'm just going to listen to the Star Wars music. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm here for. It seems most of the random junk is all over here. You watch like horror videos when you play video games in stop motions? Interesting. What is this symbol for? There's a symbol next to my Bluetooth icon on my phone, and I have no idea what that other symbol means, but okay. I'll just keep ignoring it for now. Immediately regret night. Yeah. I had a few moments when I was up at college where I basically ended up pulling an all-nighter because I got sucked into watching like scary videos on YouTube and then I couldn't sleep. So I messed myself up just a little bit. By watching those videos, but I learned a lot of stuff. But yeah, I then couldn't turn off the light because then it'd be too spooky. I'd be too spooked to sleep. So, yeah. Which is funny, I can sit down and watch horror videos and stuff on YouTube, but I'll never watch like an actual horror movie. But I can just sit down and watch horror videos on YouTube all day long. They, for whatever reason, don't affect me the same way as like an actual horror film would. That is funny right there. Because yeah, I've done that same thing. There was a channel. I forget the name of it, but yeah, I literally spent, I think, 3 days in between doing other things like schoolwork and things. I sat down and over the course of 3 days watched all of the videos of this one channel that I was intrigued by, that were all like real life horror stories or like weird occurrences that have happened to people. That was interesting, but yeah, I can't remember the name of the channel. Otherwise, I'd say it. But those were interesting videos. Definitely horrifying for some of the things that had happened to the people that he was sharing stories of. But Yeah. Real life, man, definitely be crazier than fiction. It's also weird when, like, fiction things become reality. The subway, like New York subway. The state that I live in, we don't have subways, so that's just not a thing here. That's not a thing here, so I can't worry about that. All of our public transportation trains are above ground. I might need to be more careful with this table. I'm noticing there's more and more cracks in this table. And I'm not sure if they were here before or after I had moved this table to its new spot. So I might need to, like, try to reduce the amount of weight that's on this table. By the way, Regular, what's that profile picture of yours? It's a stormtrooper, right? But is it like a stormtrooper stylized to be like a samurai? Yeah, welcome back, Crystal. Hope you had fun doing whatever. We are now here. You missed me showing off 2 of the TIE fighters already, so if you want to roll back in the video a little bit, you can see them. I showcased the regular TIE fighter and the TIE interceptor. On station. Yeah. I don't know. People are weird. People like to do weird things when it's in an environment that they can, so, like, there's not a whole lot of people around, it's kind of dark. A lot of things, like, a lot of spooky things like to happen in the dark. It's easier to get away with doing spooky stuff in the dark, because you can't see. Imagine if we lived in a world that instead of going out in the day, we went out at night and we had, like, night vision. So then all the spooky stuff would happen during the day. It'd be interesting. An Amtrak? In my state, we don't call it Amtrak, we just call it tracks. But yeah, they're electric passenger trains that just run through. They run through the major city of our state, because most of the state that I live in is desert, because I live in the Great Basin area. So the passenger train itself is only in the state capital, and then yeah, it's just called tracks, and it's just above ground electric trains that just run through the city. Apparently there used to be more of them, but I think, if I remember right, they had at some point cut down on the amount of trains for tracks, so that was unfortunate. That is an interesting way of putting it, Sea Bacon. Luke Skywalker detected. Sorry, I can't be Luke Skywalker. I have brown hair. And I have brown eyes. I can't be the blonde hair, blue-eyed protagonist of the original trilogy. What's really nice with buying all these TIE Fighter sets is just the amount of tiles that they actually decided to do for these sets. It's very nice. Also, all these hinges are very nice too. I still don't get why they included these ball joints, especially because the dark gray ball joint is right in the front, so it's super obvious and super visible and super annoying. When they literally, for every other joint, just use these, and these are like perfect for the TIE Fighter. And then all of a sudden, for the middle joint, they decide to use a ball joint. It's like, what? So on my TIE Fighter, I modded it, so I removed these and just switched them out for more of these. Sorry if you guys can't see that. I still really haven't figured out where the actual camera is on that webcam that I use. I try to do my best to make sure it's within the circle, but yeah, so I'm just stupid. It's okay. Oh, is that part of the trigger line for the Winter Soldier? I really did like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought that was a really cool mini-series, basically. Oh yeah, my city gets really dark. There's an observatory, a space observatory near where I live, and one of the... not a protocol, but one of the... in order for us to have the observatory, every neighborhood nearby for like a certain amount of miles is not allowed to have streetlights. So yeah, it gets extremely dark here at night. I kind of like it. It's nice though, because yeah, you can actually see the sky when it's not cloudy, of course. And not as good as like if you went into the actual middle of nowhere in the desert and looked up at the sky. But because even though we have the observatory and stuff, there's still a crap ton of people here, so the pollution is getting worse over the years. So getting through the air pollution to see the sky is getting a little bit more difficult over the years, but it's still okay enough that if I actually wanted to, I could go outside and see a decent amount of the stars in the sky. Definitely cannot see the Milky Way galaxy where I live. Like, you can't see the cool galaxy stuff like you see in all those desert pictures where there's literally no one for hundreds of miles. But I can definitely still see like Little Dipper, Big Dipper, and various other constellations whenever they're in the sky. Just snap one of those things stops. It's like Thanos, my guy. Why are you getting rid of half of everything? Why don't you just double everything? You could easily fix everything by you could just double everything. Double all the resources, don't half everything. I really wish they would have gone with Thanos is just doing it because he loves death and is trying to impress her, instead of what they actually went with. Him being infatuated with death makes way more sense to me than what the actual reasoning is that they gave for the MCU. How am I gonna get this up? There is this pin in this part, and I'm not sure how to get it out because I don't think any of these parts available to me will actually get it out. Guess I might have to just use this flame piece. Okay, that worked. Made everything 10 times as big. I guess. I guess he could have. But that's not what the movie says. That's not what the movie says he did. Ah. For some reason my phone thinks it's low on memory, even though it's not. It's a big old liar. Similar. Well, technically yes, because Death is actually in the comics, Death is actually infatuated with Deadpool. If I remember right, so... Wow, that's an extreme... That is an extreme... oversimplification, but okay, C-Bacon. I can somewhat agree with you on that, I guess. Welcome to the stream, Brick Bulbasaur. Are you saying the stream is laggy, or just your connection to the stream is laggy? Because on my end, it doesn't seem like it's laggy. Seems pretty good on my end. Also, just a reminder, if we can get the 15 lags, if we can get the 15 likes on this stream, I'll show you guys all the remaining TIE fighters that I've done. So far, I've shown off 2. The basic TIE and the TIE Interceptor. I don't think that's how you spell Jimmy's last name, Crystal, but yes. I was paraphrasing that quote. I don't have a beard anymore, yet I keep finding random hairs in all these parts. I need to dust my room. It's a little grody in here. Message redacted. Burke Bulbasaur is actually a member of the 05 Council of the SCP Foundation. The truth is out. If you don't hear from me again, it's because Burke Bulbasaur came after me. Hopefully you all know what I'm talking about. If not, that just sounded really weird. Get all these ball joints out of the way. It's nice that this set does have these, because I can use these for various other things. It's just annoying the fact that they just didn't bother to change this part to being light gray. If they had changed to light gray, it'd be fine. But they didn't bother to. And you guys can't even see that. This is the part I'm talking about. Sorry guys, I'm new to YouTube. Just got on the platform yesterday. I also was born yesterday, so I don't understand how new technology works. You don't understand the SCP stuff? I really like the SCP stuff. Mainly the original ones. There is quite a bit of, I don't know, like kind of a bit of copy paste. Like Bigfoot is an SCP, but I really like how the SCP universe handles Bigfoot and Yetis. I really like the backstory behind them. But yeah, Bigfoot's a SCP. I think the Loch Ness Monster is also an SCP. I think vampires, zombie plague, and various other kind of like motifs are also SCPs. But I like, most of the time I like the way that they're interpreted for the SCP universe. It's usually a different take, except for the zombie plague. It's basically the same thing as you think. But there's various creatures and people and entities I really enjoy. There's also quite a bit of Lovecraftian entities, which is like Cthulhu. There's quite a bit of that. And like I said, most of the time I enjoy it. It's a nice take. Some of it though is kind of dumb. Some of the SCPs are pretty dumb. They are kind of like filling in they're just fill-ins. But most of the stories are pretty good. I need to expand my knowledge. I'm still basically a Series 1 kind of guy. So it's like the Plague Doctor, the Peanut Monster, SCP-173, SCP-096, which is the dude, you can't look at his face, the Shy Guy, and various other Series 1. I don't know, unfortunately I don't know that much about the other series. I know like 1 or 2, and that's it. So I need to do a little bit better expanding. Whenever I get in the mood. That's usually whenever I'm into like horror stuff, is when I get into SCP stuff again. And I'm currently out of that mood. So yeah, I haven't been keeping up to date the SCP stuff. Sentient ice cream truck, go. Yeah, there's also sentient buses and a few other sentient vehicles and ships and whatnot. The Bismarck is an SCP. There's quite a few SCPs that are about boats, which is interesting. About boats and airplanes and things. Which I guess it's easy to write stories about that kind of stuff because it's like your everyday things. Or cool things. Like the Bismarck is a pretty cool historical ship and part of history. A part of history that people love because it's World War II. People love World War II history, so it makes sense that like a ton of stuff from that time period is part of SCP stuff. Alright, see you, Crystal. Thanks for popping in again. Hopefully you can make it back. I'm not stopping anytime soon. Probably go for another hour, I think. Welcome to the stream at Clips Film Melbourne. Did they not give Maul a new lightsaber hilt? Dang it. I was kind of hoping they would. What's interesting, so I have the Armored Assault Tank set over here, and I did literally just buy it for Ahsoka. And now I see Ahsoka and Maul are coming in that what I hope is like maybe like a $20 to $30 set. Or less, actually, because it's super small. So, yeah. So I'm not sure if I'll even open up this Armored Assault Tank set. Because I think the Kashyyyk Battle Droid's also pretty cheap to get a lot of, isn't it? Because it's been in quite a few sets. So I am not sure if I'll get it or not. Made what in gray, Bulbasaur? The lightsaber? What are my thoughts on the set? I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, I can mention it again. I like most of them. I have very small critiques about most of them. But overall, I think they're pretty good. It's the Mandalore throne set's gonna be $20. Wasn't the how much was the Armored Assault Tank set from earlier this year or last year? How much was that one? That came with the Ahsoka Troopa. Yes, Mandalorians have their own helmet customizations. I saw that we're getting Saxton, and my biggest gripe with Saxton's helmet, I think the mold is fine. My biggest critique is his T-visor is wrong. Lego decided to give him a straight T, but in the show he doesn't have a straight T. His is more angled, kind of like the female Mandalorian helmets the Lego's given us. His T-visor's angled more like theirs than like the Death Watch, the blue Death Watch troopers Lego gave us years ago. That is true. They're giving us tons of details for literally everyone but Clone Troopers. Clone Troopers are still lacking in a lot of details. I think I have one of the black samurai swords. I have a ton of the gold samurai swords for whatever reason. I don't remember where I bought them, but I have tons of the gold ones. But I think I have one black samurai sword. But that is like the best Lego piece, yeah. Clip is the samurai sword because it has that point at the end. So the throne set's gonna be $20, and the AAT set was $40 per Bulbasaur. So yeah, you can get Ahsoka for way cheaper now. So I don't know. I do also have two 501st sets sealed in the box still, just chilling off camera, and I don't know if I want to open those either. So I'm not sure if I want any of those 501st Troopers anymore. I really do prefer the old animated and realistic style clones. I am not a huge fan. Oh, I thought I was going to burp, but it didn't happen. I am really not a fan of the new hybrid style. And I already have tons. I have tons. If any of you guys have seen the newest video on this channel, the minifigures display stand, as you can tell in those videos, and I've gotten more figures since then. I have lots of animated and realistic style clones, so I really don't need to start collecting hybrid clones. I just need to finish collecting the other ones. So we will see. We will see what I end up doing with them. Yeah, because you said you already have the 20th anniversary one, right, Bulbasaur? LegoCon? Yeah, I saw that. Is that going to be... That's online, right, Clip? They're doing it digitally? I wonder how they're going to do it, though, because... Yeah, this is the first time Lego's, like, directly sponsored a con. I think they've sponsored other cons before, but this is, like, the first time they're actually doing it themselves. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Hopefully it is successful, because then hopefully more will happen. Otherwise, we'll continue with, like, all the other cons that we have, but... Yeah. You missed it. Nolark made a similar comment to that, Clip Films, that yeah, the guns should be a little bit smaller. I will say, though, so the Arquintant has turbo lasers on it. For what it's a weird ship that way. It's more of like what's the class name for the Arquintants? I don't remember. But it's basically like you took a transport ship and you put giant guns on it. Cause yeah, it uses the same guns as the Venator, the same turbo lasers as the Venator and the ISDs use. It has 4 giant turbo lasers on this really small ship. So as long as those guns, I don't exactly remember what the picture of the Arquintants look like, but if those turbo lasers actually look like turbo lasers, then yeah, that's how it's supposed to look. But Lego does, I do agree though, Lego does tend to make things a little oversized when it comes to turbo lasers, so I just need to relook at those pictures. And apparently look at some other ones, because I've only seen like 2 of the leaked pictures. And they didn't really tell me a whole lot about like the minifigures that that people keep talking about, so I will need to go look at the pictures. Alright, see you in a little bit then, Bulbasaur. Hopefully you can make it back. Let's see, is this the container for these? Yes. I'm going really slow with this for no reason. These 1x6 tiles I need to keep out. I actually need to make a few more modifications, or rather a few more additions to one of these TIE fighters. And I needed the 1x6 tiles, and I just couldn't find them for some reason. So that's very good that I have now spotted them. Which, if you guys want to see those TIE fighters, if we can get to 15 likes, I'll show you all. Well, currently we're sitting at 10, so if we can get 5 more likes, 5 more people appreciating the stream, I will show off those other TIEs. Which I hope we can get there, because I really want to show them off. They're really cool. One of the ties is very prevalent in Season 1. One of the ties is very prevalent in Season 2 and Season 3. One of them is really prevalent in Season 3. And the other one pops in Season 3 and Season 4. But apparently isn't used that often. Wasn't that same tie that wasn't used very often in Rebels also was used for like 10 seconds in Episode 5. So the TIE fighter they didn't really want to use a lot for some reason. There we go. Because of the way these Acromil containers are designed, small parts can get shoved underneath of them and get stuck a little bit. So I had to use a brick separator to pop some of those out. For everyone who's still here in the stream, what are you guys all working on right now while watching or listening to the stream? Anyone doing anything fun? We could start talking about the Bad Batch stuff again. I thought it was interesting those police droids were like a combination of commando droids and a few other droids. I thought that was cool. I thought it was interesting that the tactical droid could activate all of those other CIS droids. I did not know that was a thing until now. So now that gets me a little bit more curious about how the droids actually deactivated throughout the end of the war when Darth Vader shut down all the droids. Like, now it seems like in canon the way it worked is Darth Vader just sent out a signal from Mustafar to all the tactical and super tactical and I guess some of the organic generals. And it just said, shut down the droids, the war is over, or something like that. I thought it was interesting, too, that it was a tactical droid, not a super tactical droid. Because, as far as I understood it, I thought all the tactical droids were replaced by that time in the war by the supers. So maybe that tactical droid was an older model from, like, an earlier point in the war, or maybe, I guess maybe the CIS had been using the tactical droids the entire time. Because, yeah, if I remember right, the super tactical droids are supposed to be super expensive, so it would make sense that they still were using tactical droids alongside the supers. But I guess I was just under the impression all the normal tacticals were gone, because by the time the super tactical droids were introduced in the show, I think we never saw another normal one again. Until now. Seeing the sisters again was okay. I did actually like them being included in this episode. It helps connect Rebels to the Clone Wars show. It helps connect Bad Batch to Rebels, and it helps connect Bad Batch to the Clone Wars show now. Because I am pretty sure the person to the hologram at the end of the episode is Ahsoka. It really doesn't make any sense to have it be anyone else. So, if it is Ahsoka, it shows us she was already working to fight against the Empire really early on. If it's not Ahsoka, then I'm just confused. Like, why? Why is it the sisters? Why is it R7, which is Ahsoka's astromech, then? But, oh well. That being said, I could see it being like Bail Organa then. But I really can only envision it being those two characters. Mostly I can see it being Ahsoka, but if it happens to be someone else, I could expect Bail Organa. You built a house on a slope? Nice. Oh, my nose. This up and coming wave does seem like it's gonna be a lot better than the previous one, and that's probably just because it seems to be all Mandalorian sets and sets. Well, okay, there's a Mandalore throne set, so that's one Clone Wars set. But all the ones I remember besides that one being pictured were all Mandalorian sets, and the Mandalorian, because it uses Mandalorians, and specifically that one starfighter, boom, we have basically another Clone Wars set. Rise up, Clone Wars fans, we're finally getting sets again that look good. Yeah. Was painting a pilot helmet. Oh. Oh man, that sucks, C-Bacon. Hopefully you can still use that helmet for something else, though. I don't fully understand that comment. Are you saying Hunter should have a classic Stormtrooper helmet clip? Because if that's the case, I disagree with that. He should not have a Stormtrooper helmet. Unless you're talking about, like, the concept art Stormtrooper helmet, then, maybe. There is a spoiler alert clip. Look at it's in the top right corner of the screen. There is a spoiler alert for it. That's a good way of thinking about it, Sea Bacon. Like the normal tacticals were still used, but just for like more simple operations. Like we kind of see them in simple operations. The only one we really saw that was like the only tactical droid we saw used in a major CIS operation was the one on Ryloth. But yeah, then we got Kalani, who he was his own general. He was the general, whereas the normal tactical droids were always basically supervised by an organic. Like for instance, the tactical droid on Ryloth and Wat Tambor. Tambor was in charge until he started disobeying Count Dooku. Then the tactical droid took charge. Yeah. Let's see. Why do you think that clip films? I really did. I liked playing as the Empire in classic Battlefront 2, going to Mustafar and destroying the battle droids and taking down the rogue Geonosian. Thought that was fun. 2013 helmet's a bit inaccurate shape for Hunter. I mean, all of the helmets LEGO has given us are slightly inaccurate for the Bad Batch. None of them would work. That's why they need to make new molds. And I think from the leaked images, I think only 2 of them have custom molds. The rest are just reused molds. Which is why I'm super happy that CEC is doing Bad Batch. Eventually. CEC in the Discord server has posted an image of what they currently look like without being printed on in black. They look fantastic. CEC's Bad Batch Wrecker is going to be really good because no one else has done this. CEC's Wrecker's helmet is slightly bigger than everyone else's. And that's because it should be, because Wrecker's a big dude. And CC's making a torso attachment that makes it so the top of Wrecker's torso is actually bigger. Slightly bigger than your regular minifigure. Which makes sense, because Wrecker's a big guy. So, I'm super excited for when CC's Bad Batch are available for purchase. I will definitely be buying the helmets, and hopefully I can buy the Wrecker attachment without having to buy the full fig, because full CC figs are really expensive, but if I can just buy the parts that I'd want, that'd be fantastic. Didn't Naxos just have a regular tactical droid? Oh man, I need to I don't remember that at all, but I guess that makes sense. Paint before decal, yeah. Yeah, if you're into Clone Wars stuff or want some high detailed figures, the third-party companies are blowing LEGO out of the water. Third-party minifigures are way better than LEGO ones currently. Oh, I thought my playlist ended. It just happens that this next song is just starting quiet. Okay. Is AV's Wrecker helmet a little oversized? I can't seem to remember what AV's Wrecker helmet looks like. I will also say CC's Wrecker helmet is like the only one I like as well. All the other LEGO and third-party companies who've done Wrecker so far, I just don't feel like they've captured his helmet very well. I may still buy the Bad Batch shuttle set. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, that's why the song is quiet. It's a classical song. I see. And this particular classical song is quiet for most of it. Yeah, that in lore perspective, that Geonosian should probably have picked a different place. Because Mustafar also didn't make... There were no droid factories on Mustafar. They made that up specifically for the game. And then, of course, because it was in the game, it then became part of that timeline. Yeah, there are no droid factories on Mustafar. So, yeah, it should have been a different place, but I still have fun. Whenever I boot up Classic Battlefront 2 and play that campaign level. I thought I got rid of all my Christmas songs. What? Why did this one not get removed? Okay. There you go, everyone. There you go, chat. We just got Christmas in July, basically. Are you talking about the... Well, both of the helmets are basically the same. I can show one right now. Let me see if I can find one. You talking about this little black mark? See, Bacon? Oh, yeah, it's not gonna pick it up, is it? It's not gonna focus on it. Let's see. Yeah, that's the bad thing about this webcam. It does really good with things far away, but when I put things up to the camera, it does pretty bad. But yeah, what about this helmet do you not like? I actually really like it. I like these CCP1 helmets. I feel like they're the most accurate looking ones for the show. I'll just put that helmet there. That way I don't have to crawl underneath my table again. Can we get more classical? Possibly. Right now I just have it on shuffle mode. Not Dino. Nightbot will just pick whatever. I do need to add some more songs, so remind me at the end of the stream, C Bacon, that I want to add more classical music to the playlist. Because yeah, I do really enjoy classical music, especially the ones that are the more intense classical songs. The ones that have a lot of, not bass, because there were no drums back then, but the ones that are in that similar vein, those are the ones I like the most. They think it's Boba. I don't think the kids would care. I don't know. I can't see Legos taking that as a reason why not to include Cobb Vanth. Oh no, the kids are gonna think this is Boba when it's not. Because, like, the box will tell. The box will clearly say, hey, this ain't Boba, this is Cobb Vanth. And then if the kid's still convinced that it's Boba, they're just stupid. But I don't know. Third party, man. Just get a third party Cobb Vanth. That's the way to go, basically. If Lego doesn't do something you like, go third party. I know that's what I'm probably going to do for Ahsoka's hairpiece. For Season 7 of the Clone Wars, all those types of Ahsoka. Because I really hate that where the band is on the hairpiece, the headpiece. So I might go third party for that part. Which is fine. I have gone third party for everything else. CC's third party. I am no longer a Lego purist. If Lego doesn't do something I like, then I will go third party for it. Plus, all these people making like supposed custom figures of just mix match and part like torsos and legs and stuff. I've just never liked the way they looked. I've never liked a lot of the purest ways of making certain figures that Lego's never made. They just don't look right to me. So, at this point in my Lego career, I will definitely just go third party for anything that I feel like Lego has failed us in. Well, if I'm understanding what this weird bulge that you're talking about, Sea Bacon, is, it's because this is a completely different mold than from Lego. Let me grab one of these Lego helmets. So here's the Lego. Here's an official Lego Clone Sergeant helmet. It's very flat on the bottom. Nothing really extends forward except for a tiny portion of the chin. And then here is CAC's. Keep in mind this is also realistic. This is animated, so there are going to be there's supposed to be differences in the helmets to begin with, but yeah. I don't know how much of that you're able to see, but for a clone trooper in the Clone Wars show, so animated style, I think CC helmets are way better. They're a little bit more... Oh, I just destroyed that figure. That guy back. With the Clone Wars show being animated and things are a little bit more exaggerated, I think this helmet is perfectly fine. Also, it has all the colors in the right spot. Whereas Lego cheaps out on the fin and only paints the top of it. They don't do the sides, so... Yeah. Sorry if you can't see any of that. See basically anything I just did. Classic ClonePlays saying kids are dumb. I mean, I'm not wrong. Maybe it's because I was smarter than the average kid when I was a kid, so who knows. But yeah. That is a good question. I've wondered that too, Clip, and I need to ask him if he will. I think the answer is currently no, but I can't say anything for sure because I haven't asked yet, and I keep forgetting to. I can say that an AP2 helmet that's currently on the site, so all the old P2 designs that CC has done, unless it's a limited time figure, all of those helmets will be getting the RP2 treatment, the new P2 helmet treatment. But it would be nice to have that Clone Wars print on the new realistic style helmets. That'd be very nice. But we will see. I just need to actually remember to ask. Brown trim or without? Oh, the brow. I like the brow. The brow is accurate, I think. If I remember right, the brow, the black brow line is more accurate than it not being there for P2 helmets. For P1, I don't think there is a brow trim, but I will definitely need to. I would definitely need to research that. That's just that answer is just off the top of my head, so it could definitely be wrong. What is Lego text? LegoDecks.com is a website developed by Lego Spencer that you can go there, and it's kind of like self-promotion. You can go there and you can add your own, you can add your YouTube channel to the site, and it's a way to be able to find other Lego YouTubers, because if you go to the home page of the website, it will show you everyone who's registered on the website, when they've uploaded the soonest. Like whoever's uploaded a video like right then, you'll see it at the top of the list. There's currently over, I think it's like over 1,000 people, over 1,000 channels. Some of them are, many of them are still active. There's a few that aren't. But you can find lots. You can find Lego Star Wars, you can find Lego City, you can find Lego Harry Potter, you can find Lego Ninjago, all sorts of things. Mainly Lego Star Wars, because I helped add a ton of YouTube channels onto the site, and I was mainly looking at Lego Star Wars. So there's quite a few Lego Star Wars channels on the website, but it's a good way if you're ever interested or bored and you're like, I need a Lego video to watch. You can go there and it can give you a video to watch. It can give you a channel to watch. Dexter. Yes. Perhaps survivalist, perhaps. I may or may not have been implying that. Oh, I disagree, Clip. The P1 helmet should have its own mold. It needs to not have the fin. If Lego would ever just actually give us a clone pilot helmet that has no fin, I'd be so happy. Give us the accuracy, Lego. Come on. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. You can afford to do it. You can afford to make one mold, because we will buy it. We have proven to you, Lego, we will buy your stuff. Now give us what we want. Oh, the brow trim? Okay. I don't understand that last message, Clip. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, okay, Clips. You have me royally confused. I don't know what you're talking about anymore. There's one too many things wrong with that sentence, so I don't understand what you're saying. Let's see. We're getting close to having most of the stuff organized. At least the parts I did want specifically organized, like all those large plates. And I've put my camera in a different spot so you can actually see more of this table. If any of you remember the last stream, I had my camera actually like right here. So, oh, you can't even see where I'm pointing, but yeah, my hand was, the camera is like a foot higher than it normally is. And I really like this perspective more than where I've had the camera previously, so I'm going to try to maintain the position where this camera is now. because it's definitely a better view for all of you, because you can actually see a lot more of what's going on this table than this tiny spot like right here, like this much space that you could see previously. Now you can see all the way back to where I had these lamps, whereas previously I don't think you could see that. Dexter. I saw somebody has made a custom Dexter, but I don't remember who. I think it was also resin printed, so it's not perfect yet. But it was really close to being really close to being perfect. Excuse me, really close to being perfect, and it still looked really cool. I'm surprised Lego hasn't given us him either, because they gave us Prawn Krell, who's of the same species. They could easily give us Dexter now. All we have to do is remove all the Jedi robes from Prawn Krell, which would require them having to make one extra mold and 2 extra prints. If that. Maybe, probably just like 1 print, 1 new print, and 1 mold. And they could give us Dexter. But no, they won't. Oh yeah, yeah. Same guy I was talking about earlier then, with all the battle droids, all custom battle droids. Yeah, that makes sense that he would also have made Dexter too. Yeah, it's really nice having all these extra tiles, especially these more unique ones to me, as many of the sets I've disassembled never had these, so these new corner tiles are very nice. My jaw has finally gotten to that point in this stream because I've been talking so much. When I don't talk and I close my jaw, it's super stiff. It only happens when I do these streams. Because in my normal life, I don't talk this much, really. So talking this much at once apparently does some work to my jaw. Have you ever bought any of Custom Brick Builder stuff, C-Bacon? If so, how do you like it? A minifigure scale calculator? I think Lego haven't they? I might be thinking of the cell phone though. They've taken a 1x2 tile and they printed a cell phone onto it. Are you gonna make a mock with this calculator? See Bacon showing this guy doing math. This clone trooper is gonna be doing math while everyone's fighting in the middle of a battle. You bought the Dark Trooper? Nice. I really like how his Dark Trooper looks. So. Did you ever paint it, or is it still the plain resin cast or resin print? We didn't need to move this helmet. It's getting in the way now. It's really nice to get a ton of these too. I actually need to use quite a few of these, a few of those parts on the TIE Fighters, because I need to add a few more details onto my TIE Fighters, and this usually adds the detail. It would have made sense. It would have. Over this last week, I forgot the Dark Trooper theme in The Mandalorian had like dubstep vibes to it. So when I remembered the Dark Trooper theme had that, I've been listening to the Dark Trooper theme a lot these last couple of days. The Dark Trooper theme and a lot of different songs from Samuel Kim, especially the three. I think he's done. It's like 3 or 4 different versions of General Grievous's theme. I've been listening to pretty much all of those too. General Grievous being one of my favorite characters. Yeah, I ended up listening to his theme quite a bit this last week. Oh, you had to sand it down because the joints would get stuck? Interesting. So the joints were just a little bit too big? That actually sounds correct, because the one custom part that I have designed so far and have sent to the guy who printed them out for me, he said when he tested them when they were done printing that it worked, but the part might get stuck inside of the astromech because the custom part is slightly too big. So that makes sense that your Dark Trooper, some of the parts may have been a little bit too big, because I think that might just be an issue of doing resin printing. There's just a chance that stuff gets printed a little too big. Do it, Sea Bacon. Do it. I think people would appreciate seeing a mock like that. Different take on Camino. Yeah, that's true, Clips. It might be that Lego doesn't know that the Dark Troopers have a jetpack, or have a built-in jetpack. I don't know what you're trying to get at with that last comment, Clips. What about the balanced number of minifigures? You talking about how Lego has a specific number of minifigures they include for a specific size of set? Oh, that would be cool, Sea Bacon. That would be cool. The scale, so there's a couple of different ratios that people use, but the ratios that I've seen is like the one I use is 1 to 48. So take that as you will. I can't remember which one is like meters and which one was the inches, but basically the ratio I use is 1 meter. Yeah, 1 meter equals 1 inch. So that's why my things are slightly bigger than they probably should be. I'm not sure what scale Brick Vault or like Rebel Builder used, but I know when I was doing research on it, a lot of people were using like a ratio of 1 to 45, 1 to 140, 1 to 43 or stuff like that. There's not like an accurate and a specific number you should use, because of everyone does it slightly differently. That's why I'm trying to do, like, I bought a few of Brick Vault sets, and I'm basically trying to make sure all of my designs are within the same size as Brick Vault sets, because Brick Vault sets are known to be minifigure scale. So I've been trying to do my best to have my stuff look like they would belong in the same scenes and stuff as the Brick Vault ones. The issue is I don't have the Brick Vault ones built yet, because I need to buy a few parts, which I will probably do within the next couple of days. Is buy the remaining parts I need for these specific sets that I've got. Or yeah, should probably call them models to make it so you don't think I'm talking about Lego sets. But yeah. Welcome back, regular. You haven't missed too much, other than all these parts are getting slightly more organized than they were 5 seconds ago. And then some of these I can actually put in these containers that are surrounding me. Other ones, like a lot of these plates, I have to put on the floor in this container that is off camera. So I'll try to do all the ones that you can see on camera first. So that'll be more interesting and more enjoyable. It would be funny, and it would be a new take on it, Sea Bacon. So you should do that. Hopefully we'll get battle packs again. That would be nice. A cheaper, easier method of getting minifigures. Because in order to make cool mocks, eventually you're gonna need minifigures. Yes, are you talking about Star Wars Commander clip films? The one from 2014. Quite a few of my droid designs are from that video game. I have a droid Sentinel. I did have a droid Oppressor, but I need to redo it. I've done the ATMP all-terrain missile platform from that game specifically. There's that one's also in the Force Unleashed, but I specifically did the Commander one. I think I did a few other things from that game, but I can't remember. Yeah, I need to redo my ATMP. I had built that just straight out of my imagination and from looking at pictures, and I never built it in studio. And I built that back in 2013, so it's been a number of years. And I tried to rebuild it like a year ago and totally failed, so I should try again. But that's gonna be like my main project. Well, I have a lot of things, so like I said, I'm gonna try to attempt this next week to finish a lot of these open-ended projects that I've got going on. So that way I can specifically focus on like 3 to 4 different projects instead of like the 10 to 15 that I've got going on right now. Which many of those projects are suffering because there's just so many of them happening at once. That a lot of them have never seen the light of day just because I haven't even gotten around to them yet. Because I need to put time and effort into them, and I've been putting that time and effort into other things. And a lot of my projects are interconnected, so once one part of it's done, then the other parts can start happening. I'm kind of scatterbrained, if you've noticed. I start a lot of things, and unfortunately not a lot of things get done. So I'm trying to get myself into like the mentality of, well, maybe let's start like 1 or 2 things, and then those 1 or 2 things can get done. So then my completion rate will go up. It'll take me longer to get stuff done, but stuff will actually get done. I just haven't gotten myself into that mentality really yet. And plus, there's all like, you know, being a normal human being, so all the responsibilities someone of my age has to family, self, others, and like church and things. So my time is well stretched. And I'm also quite a bit of a procrastinator, so when I do have time, I sometimes waste it. So I've got a lot of things in my life I'd like to improve when it comes to basically everything. So if I can get myself into the mentality of just picking at like 1 or 2 things, then that'd be a whole lot better for me than trying to pick at like 20 things. I'm not sure what you meant by this, but I still remember the Clone Flame Trooper from the Geonosian arc. CC recently just made a new helmet mold for them, and it looks fantastic. What game? Which game are you talking about now, Clips? Because there were flame troopers in Fallen Order, but those were Imperial flame troopers. Those look completely different from clone flame troopers. Oh, they shut down Star Wars Battles? That's a different game then. Than I was talking about. I've never heard of Brick Scene before, but that's cool. I remember when the Ewok Village was still being sold and was still available, but dang, that set was expensive then. Yeah, okay, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, Clips. I went on my tangent, wasn't looking at chat, so I had mentioned a completely different video game because I was not talking about Star Wars Battles. I was talking about Star Wars Commander, which is definitely a different game. Star Wars Battles I don't even think had original figures in it or anything. It was just you got like Captain Rex and Commander Cody and like other popular characters and they would fight each other. But I'm not sure. I also never played Star Wars Commander. I just looked at not concept art, but I just looked at images from the game. And because I think by the time I started looking into it, the game had already been shut down. So I could never even had played it at any point in my life. However, because of Wikipedia, I can always get some images from the different droids or ships or whatnot from the game and then build them. City police helicopter. Nice. Atlantic Rim. I think I know what movie you're talking about, C Bacon. Is that different than Pacific Rim with the giant robot mechs versus the monsters from the ocean? Is Atlantic Rim different than that? I did scroll up Clips. I'm still confused slightly, but yeah, Lego's never done clone snowtroopers or flame troopers. I don't blame them though. Both of those only showed up in one episode. Clone snowtroopers show up a lot in Star Wars, the Clone Wars media, but most of their appearance are either in comics or books. In the show itself, they only show it once. Same with the Flame Troopers. They only show it for one episode. So I can understand why Lego just skipped those. It's a shame, but I can understand. Oh, they have decals for them, but they have never done their own mold for them. That's a bit disappointing. Gotta get AV on the ball, C Bacon. Keep pestering them to do it. Send them a message every hour. Give us the Galactic Marine helmet, man. There's a Lego Star Wars Battle mobile game clip. Or did you just accidentally include the word Lego there? Because I've never heard of Lego doing a mobile Star Wars game. If they have, then I am intrigued and would like to know the name of this video game. I would probably not play it because I'm not big into mobile games, but I'd love to just look at it. There was a Lego Star Wars mobile game. Oh. What is it called then? Keep in mind, Lego games can get away with doing stuff. Look at the complete saga and all the other Lego Star Wars games. There's plenty of characters in them that Lego has then never made into actual bricks. Look at the Kaminoans. They're in the game. Dexter's in the game. There are plenty of different droids and various other characters that show up in the video games but have never actually been made into real brick. So they can get away with stuff like that. It's a shame, but they can. It was funny, the Bad Batch, when they went back to Camino and did the, they were tested, the Kaminoan security droids have finally been made in the canon. all these years later from the complete saga video game, they're now definitely in canon. Thought that was hilarious. It was pretty cool to see them appear like that. I like the Bad Batch look of them too, more than I like the complete saga, which had its like whites and light blues. I like the darker colors for those droids. Thought it was also interesting that instead of just having the Bad Batch get tested against CIS droids, Tarkin had them fight those like sentry droids or whatever. Thought that was interesting because the last time we saw clones get tested on Camino was Domino Squad, and they were fighting basically dummy versions of your various infantry CIS droids. It was interesting that they included commando droids in that too, because I think at that time commando droids were like brand new. So how the heck did the Kaminoans get commando droids to have the clones test against? That might be a little bit too nitpicky, but it is interesting that, yeah, the Domino Squad fought dummy commando droids. But if I understand the timeline correctly, commando droids were like brand new to the war. So how the heck did the Kaminoans get dummy commando droids? Lego Star Wars Battle. Oh, all right. After the stream, I'll have to look that up. Okay, yeah, I'll look at Discord later. I'm currently using my phone, as you can tell, for chat, so I can't see Discord because I don't look at Discord while I'm streaming. Oh, I didn't know the Yoda Chronicle thing had a mobile game too. It's in the general chat? Okay. I will then most likely see it, because unfortunately the Discord server is a little quiet. Is pretty quiet a lot of the time. But yeah, so I'll definitely see it. Another nice thing about having all these TIE Fighter sets is I never had these parts before. These 1x1 bricks that have studs on one side and then only on one other side. Normally the ones I have, the stud would be here and then here. Sorry if that was really hard to see with my fat fingers. But yeah, so it's nice to have those, because I think Brick Vault's Homie Spider Droid uses a few of those, so I should be able to use those for either that or something that I have that I'm trying to build uses them. So it's nice that I got those now. Hey guys, Nightbot wants you to join LegoDex.com. It's a real cool place. You should join. AV sells custom sets. I didn't know that. And they're gonna be the Jedi Interceptors. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check those out. I know Republic Bricks has been putting out a lot of stuff recently. I personally am not a huge fan of him, but I do like the things that he sells. So I never like his stuff anymore, but I save all the images. Yeah. Oh, this part I could have used that 1x1 square stud. I use those. The TIE fighters that I've been building use a ton of those, so that would have been nice. Because I ran out and had to start using random colors. Did we do it? Oh, there's this whole other pile that's right here that I just ignored. But once that's taken care of, I can then start actually putting stuff away. Woo! Some of these I'm gonna need to get bags out for because I've never actually sorted them before. A 1x1 brick with studs on 3 sides. Now that would be interesting. That's actually that's really simple. I don't know how many of you guys know this, but so Bricklink, they've developed a program called Studio. Well, they also have a program called Part Designer, where you can go in there and design your own Lego parts, your own custom parts. And because that's such a simple, now that I've messed around with Part Designer, that is such a simple thing to do. I could do that right now after stream. Just take one of these and then slap another stud on the side. It's that easy. The issue then is finding someone who can print that, print that out for you. I luckily have, but I don't know if his printer can do that specific part. But I could quickly throw together a part file for that. If any of you in chat have other ideas like that, let me know. I can quickly throw it together. Because that's a super simple thing to do. Specifically an idea like that. That's super simple for me to throw together in Part Designer. The last thing I was working on was a custom astromech body. Let me grab one. So, taking this and adding a turntable part to this. Let's see, I have a turntable over here, I think. So basically the idea is making a custom version of this where these studs are not here and they get replaced with a turntable part, this gray part. That way your astromech head can actually turn and spin. Trying to remember if there was anything else I did to that. No, I think that was it. And then ultimately I'd love to do this for like the chopper bodies, the shorter versions of these astromech bodies where they also have a turntable part here. But I haven't gone that far yet. I have a few more things I need to do to the regular astromech body in Part Designer before I can start working on chopper. As you can tell, I have lots of different projects going on. And some of them I can get done real quick, some of them not so much. So hopefully I can get them done. Because lots of them would actually be very useful to the LEGO community in general. And then obviously they would benefit me myself, but I'm trying to put myself last, I guess. Obviously you gotta put school first though. School, because especially when you're in college, because you're actually having to pay for college, so you might as well put it first, because otherwise why are you in college? Why are you paying for something you're not actually using? There we go. It's almost there. Do I have a pile for this? Yes. And that pile just decided to fall apart. Nice. I guess I'll just put those there because I don't want to stand up quite yet. Put that there. Put this here. Flame in its own pile because I don't have anywhere to put it. That there, and done. Cool. There we go, chat. Everything that was on this table has now been put into piles. Now I just gotta put them away. And luckily I spent some time before stream getting out all of my containers so I can actually put away all this stuff. It's just gonna take me a moment. Let's see, I think we've been going for 3 hours though, right chat? Because we started at 1. So I think I'm gonna end it here. So in like the next 4 minutes, we'll be ending the stream. So if you have anything you want to share right now, please do. We didn't quite make it to 15 likes, so I will hold off on showcasing the other TIE fighters until then, until the next stream, which, if everything works out, will be on Monday. The next stream will be on Monday. I have no idea what we're gonna be doing then, but I'll figure out something. But yeah. Anyone have any last words, basically? This was fun. Thank you all for hanging out with me while doing this. Let's see. So I need to add more classical music to the playlist. And I need to do that. Okay, I'll just use this. More classical music to Nightbot, and a 1x1 modified brick with studs on 3 sides. Part designer. There we go. Oh, I just noticed here, Samuel Kim has released another version of the Bad Batch theme, this time an epic version. Nice. One thing I will say last on this stream is, as far as Bad Batch is concerned, I feel like Echo is being underutilized in every episode. I feel like Echo could do so much more. Ironic, isn't it, Sea Bacon? Oh, just popped my neck. Now it feels good. Let's see. Are there any, before we end the stream, are there any minifigures that you would like to see, chat, that are in my collection? If you've seen the minifigure display stand video, you would have seen most of my clones and battle droids and stormtroopers and stuff, but if you have a request, let me know and I will try to find something, because I do have some stuff that people have never seen before, at least in any of my videos. You've obviously seen it before, because Lego has at some point sold it to people, but it would be the first for this channel, probably, so. But yeah, I'm hoping to be able to... We didn't get around to building anything on this stream, but I think in like 3 hours from now, my time, I will probably come back into this room. I'm going to leave this room for like 3 hours, though, because it's super hot in here now. But after that, I'll probably come back in here and I will probably use some of these parts and start working on another TIE Fighter. I haven't decided if I'm going to be doing the Rebels TIE Fighter first or the Mining Guild TIE Fighter. Those are the two that I still need to do. Now, there's obviously a few other TIE Fighters in Rebels that I could do, but those ones are just variants of the ones I've already done with like red markings on them to show that they're elite. And I'm going to wait to do those after I build all my TIE Fighters in studio. So, alright, it's 4:10 my time, so thank you all for watching. My name has been ClonePlays. Remember, every clone has its roots in the original, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.